This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a movie theater, and I've seen Cry Macho, a new Western road drama from director Clint Eastwood. He portrays an elderly man named Mike, a former rodeo star who is asked by a friend to travel to Mexico and rescue Raffo, his son, from an abusive home and alcoholic mother. Mike is able to make it there and finds Raffo, but his mother refuses to let him go and has Mike tailed on the way out. Meanwhile, the two make their way back to the border, frustrated with each other, and end up curtailed in a small rural town for a while. As time passes, the two grow closer, both to each other and to the town and its people, and they come to wonder if going back to Texas may even be worth it. Unlike what you might think from a movie advertising itself as a film from Clint Eastwood, this is far from anything action oriented. It may still fit within the Western genre, but it's much more character driven and quiet, being less of a journey filled with obstacles and enemies, and more of a journey in general. The film overall has a more meditative tone, not so much in an artistic sense that permeates the film's imagery, but more that the story allows Mike and Raffo to take a breather from their travels and relax. There are some bits and pieces of action and conflict within Cry Macho, though given his age, these events tend to happen around Mike rather than involve him, and they are over and done with relatively quickly. It ultimately makes the film rather tame in this sense, almost as though it were aiming for a PG film from the 1980s, but ended up with a PG-13 rating because of the rude language. In any case, the story of Cry Macho is a bit underwhelming overall, mostly because of this tonal choice and tameness. There's a lot of bluntness in the film's dialogue, with characters at time being transparent in exposition or motivation, and at other times the acting takes the dialogue and delivers it in a rather unrealistic manner. That's not to say every moment of performance is bad, just that there are flaws. Another drawback within the film is its general lack of focus on a greater theme, which wouldn't necessarily be a problem if there were more of a visual presentation of its message. There are a number of scenes and lines that speak to notions of masculinity and the image of machismo, but this greater idea isn't really explored through its characters. Mike has a bit of a speech near the end of the film about this, but it seems to come almost last minute, maybe even as an afterthought. It's something that may seem like an oversight, but it would have given the film a bit more depth if its themes and message were more overtly expressed. Overall, Cry Macho is a pretty even balance between hit and miss. While it has its share of flaws and missed opportunities, it's still a rather well shot film that takes the Southwest and puts its natural beauty and its rural towns in a beautiful light. The story may be faulty, but it still has its moments, especially when Mike and Raffo have a chance to build up their chemistry. The heart of the film really does seem to be between the two and their conflicting ideas of personal strength. And while it doesn't explicitly come through within the film, there's definitely a clear sense by the end of it that it was there. Cry Macho. Clint Eastwood, 2021. 3 stars. I would recommend seeing the movie, though I wouldn't necessarily say it's essential. It's not too bad, anyways. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave it a like. If not, leave a comment instead. As always, subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I've never actually seen any of Clint Eastwood's films until this one, actually. Probably not the best place to start his filmography.